Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today, I want to show you how to turn this old block plane into this handy adze. Stay tuned. Some time ago, I was shopping in one of our local thrift stores, and I came across this old rusty block plane. And it has a broken handle here, so it's not exactly useful for a whole lot, and it's very rusty, but the blade was in good shape, and so it gave me an idea, and I want to share that with you. The first thing that I did is I took the blade out of the old block plane, and then I cleaned it up with a wire brush and sharpened it. Then I put some blue painter's tape to protect me from the edge while I'm working on it, and also to keep it from getting dinged up. The next thing that I went and procured was a piece of maple, and this is how it was growing in the tree, and I just cut it down. So this of course will be the handle, and we're going to mount the blade to this part of the trunk. Next, I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to baton off part of this, which will be the top portion of the stick that we're going to be using for mounting the blade. After we finish splitting this out, we want to take the knife and then we want to clean off the top of this and make that look nice so that it's fairly flat and smooth and even all the way around. Something like this. Then we're going to take all the bark off of the entire piece. Alright, now that we have this all debarked and around at the end here a little bit, and then also on the back side here, I also rounded off these corners here. The next thing we need to do is take the blade and fit it to see where exactly we want this to fit along here. And so we want about that much to stick out from the front, so we have something to chop with. So about 1.5 inches. What we've got to do is we've got to mark this, and then we're going to recess this using the saw. We're just going to mark it using a piece of charcoal from one of our fires. Just going to make a nice little mark across there, just like that. And then we're just going to simply take the silky saw and bracing this on our little stump, we're going to start and make a very small and very light cut just part way down into this face right here. Okay, just a little ways down into here, and you want to make sure that you're using a straight blade for this. And this is the Pocket Boy 170 in case you're curious. Next, we want to take the baton and we want to very carefully baton out this section here that we just cut. So now that we have that done, you can see we have this indent here, and our blade is going to fit quite nicely right here. Just a little bit of an extension out over the edge, but enough that we can use it without hitting this elbow right here, and keep us enough of a distance out for chopping. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my charcoal again. I'm going to trace around this curve here so that I can recess that blade into that section there, which will make it much more secure. So I'm going to take the tip of my knife and I'm going to very carefully incise around this outside curve, and I'm going to do that multiple times, and then I'm just going to take the tip of the knife and I'm going to very carefully carve this out bit by bit. It's a little slow, a little tedious, but it's worth it to get that seated in properly. I'll get back to you when I have that done. Okay, so it didn't take too terribly long, but we got that incised out using this knife only. And let's see how it fits. Alright, does real well, about like it's supposed to. Now, how are we going to hold this in place? Next, we're going to take a couple of hose clamps and we're going to slide them on very, very carefully, just like this. Slide it on there. and I'm going to try to keep the screw on the bottom side, and using the multi-tool, I'm going to start fastening it down. I'll do that. I'll get back to you when I'm done. Alright, got those tightened on there, and they flattened out real nice across the top, so looks pretty good. Alright, it's time to take the tape off and go give it a try. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that the curved part of the blade is toward the downside. So you want the blade flat on the top and the curved part right here, the sharp part. So it looks like this. How does it work? Let's check it out. I'm impressed. It works really, really well. So after using this for a little while, I have to say it's a really great tool. Easily made in the field, it's not that difficult, and all you have to carry a couple of hose clamps and the blade from a block plane. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure and check out the links in the description box below. And while you're down there, make sure and check out the merchandise shelf, which is located just below the description box. There, you can buy great Waypoint Survival merchandise, which goes to help support the channel and all the ongoing research that we do to bring you great content on YouTube. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can stay notified of all of our upcoming videos, and we'll talk to you next time.